Good morning, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. It is 8:42 a.m., December 5th, 2021, Central Standard Time, here in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Please make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for any updates that might be relatively important. We actually got a little information from my most recent video where I actually came here. We are at spaceweatherlive.com, and I actually, we got a little update from last night. Obviously, we see here, and I counted off, we had 11 C-class flares, and then we got our nice little M1. It was an M1.45 actually, was the high, as you can see clearly right down here. Okay, and where I'm at on this page, it is solar flares. So you come up to solar activity, pull it down, boop, and that's how I got to here. So that's still the same. And here we go. I'm actually going to show you a little more fun, if you will. Now we're going to go to Space Weather Enthusiast dashboard at spaceweatherpredictioncenter.gov. Okay? See? Space Weather Prediction Center. So I'm showing you guys tools. I'm actually going to do an editorial video showing you guys all my tools and how I use them. So that way you guys can kind of do this on your own. I'm not one who's just going to hide that kind of, to me that's ridiculous. You know, a lot of people like to keep that, the tools away, like, oh, so that way people, will want to watch their show. And granted, I enjoy people watching, but at the same time, people should know how to do this stuff themselves. It's all about educating ourselves. So here we are at the absorption chart. That M class that popped off, we did get a good one. And then it did kind of die off. There she is right there. That's the M class, right? It's a decent amount, about 27 decibels. So that's from last night. And then it just calmed right down, and now we're right back down into smooth sailing. Nothing there. Right? So that's good. However, and I do mean however, and we'll get to this one in a minute, and that's what's really going on here. We can see that our plasma has changed from over here at the European Space Agency. Excuse me. As you can see right here, European Space Agency. And this has changed from the other day. Remember, it kind of went down like this, and it looked like just a quick peak and then popped back down and then a little bump. Well, now it's like a long plasma event, which is kind of what I remember saying a few days ago, that it was going to be a long, drawn-out plasma event, and I ended up being right. So this is where we are at currently, right here. So we're actually down into a little low spot, and then we're going to jump back up. And I think we're going to go higher than 20 centimeters cubed. I think we're going to be right back up into 40 again. And I'll show you why. This right here, we can see the M class that fires off on this side. But right here, we have a large filament that actually lets loose coming right at us. So let's go ahead and give this a watch. I actually slowed it down one click, so that way you can see all the different flares. And it is a powerful, powerful flare. So yeah, that was it. That boom, bam, that was the big one. Now watch right here. Woo, did you guys see that? Yeah, that was pretty significant. Now let's just go ahead and bring this guy on over here. Watch the pop on it. You guys see that? Bam! That is a flippin'. That's a shotgun blast right there. That's an immediate boom. There was a lot of power behind that. Now, granted, now think about this. This has already crested the limb, which means it's gone around facing us, where we could have effects of it, and it lifts off so far. The flare does that we actually got X-rays from it as an M flare. Imagine being directly in front of it. Woof. It might have been more than just an M flare. Not to mention the coronal mass ejection that came off of it. All that, the plasma. Look at all that comes off of that. Look at that whoosh. That is just ugly. Now we can see it here lit up really well because of this angstrom of light. But I'm actually going to change our angstroms so that way we can actually look at it, and you can actually see the filaments a little bit better. Okay, so we are over at 304 angstroms of light. Let me show you a little something. Look at this. See this? This is a ribbon, a plasma ribbon. And she lets go right shortly after the big boom over here, which we can't see on this one because, again, it's behind the sun where we can't see it. But you can absolutely see this thing come off. Whoosh. You see that? Oh, yeah. And that's a good size ribbon. It goes from here all the way down. It looks like it pulls some of this off of the southern limb. Yeah. So yeah, it goes from here all the way over to here. Just like I thought. That's a pretty good swoosh coming at us. That's coming right our way. And see, you can get a coronal mass ejection without having a flare. You notice that? That's what that is. That's plasma. Coronal mass, no flare whatsoever. But why would it do that? How would we get that kind of plasma just launching off at us? Now, it's not super fast. It's slow. But because you see the density, how it's really dark compared to the surface of the sun, it's dense. So, yippee-ki-yay. Oh, wait, this is Christmas, so yeah, I'm not going to cuss. So, yeah, that's that coming at us. Now, the reason that happened is because the explosion from that M flare was so powerful, it actually created like a tsunami type across the surface of the sun, and it disrupted the magnetism of the sun, which allowed that to be let go and lifted off. A solar tsunami, if you will. Now, it's hard to see, but as soon as that goes off, this one up here actually started popping a little bit. And so the wave actually came up, made that one go off a little bit, and so it affects the whole surface. When you get a powerful enough one, the whole surface of the sun starts to go off, almost like a micronova, if you will. So, yeah, let's go check out a couple other things. Something else that's really fun. And here we are at seeds. Now, there's a reason why I'm here at seeds again. I showed this on my video from last night. But I want you guys to pay attention to this area right here. Obviously, we can see some little round jobs right here. But if you look up here, you can actually see some of the stuff going around. You know, the plasma. You can actually see the plasma and the winds pushing the plasma going around an object. Do you see it? Right here. Right here. See that? Yep. It actually starts to kind of go around it. Look at that. There he is again. See that? Now this is from this morning. This is from today, 12:05. I'm going real slow so you guys can kind of see it as it's being pushed off a little bit. See how this is going up and over it? Yeah. And it's still there. Notice how it's still there. It's right here. Can you see this? It's right there. Sorry, there we go. See, it's still here. It's right here. Just like that. I know some of you guys, you're using your phones and not your computer. It's a lot easier to see with your computer. So that's the end of it. So you can see it there. See it? You see how the plasma goes around it? Look at that. Oh, there's a good one right there of it. You can see a good portion of it right here. But and actually cool enough. If you look over here, you can also see it over here too. See right here? See how it's being pushed around? Just like that. Just like right here, it's being pushed around it. And you can see the same thing over here. Now, there's something else I needed to bring up to everybody's attention, and it's this jibber jab of the CV iris. Reminds you of like Corona beer, but it's not Corona beer. It's something else. Actually, let's go take a look at the sun's corona. Corona, sun's atmosphere, corona. Don't we have a virus that's kind of named coronavirus? Well, I wonder if there's any connection between corona of the sun and a coronavirus with radiation sickness. Let's take a look. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, fever, dizziness, disorientation, weakness, fatigue. From here up, infections even maybe. Yeah. But from here, weakness and fatigue up. That right there is all the stuff in the coronavirus. Of course, they try telling you, oh, you're going to wind up with a bunch of diarrhea, and so everybody's buying a bunch of crap ton of poopy paper, which is just ridiculous. But, yeah. This is all from, now granted, once you start getting to like hair loss, bloody vomiting, and, injections, a little bit, infections, once you start getting down into here, yeah, it's massive, massive exposure. But some people are getting this. Why? Because people are outside and they don't even know we're getting blasted. Well, how come we're all of a sudden getting blasted? We're supposed to be getting into a grand solar minimum. Because our geomagnetic shields, or field, is weaker. Why is it weaker? Because the Earth is tipping. Our poles are moving. Let me show you what I mean. And here we are. We are at the National Centers for Environmental Information. Oh, look. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Wait a minute. NOAA? As in Noah? As in like the flood Noah? Wait a minute. This is interesting. NOAA? That looks like a bird. You know, like the dove that Noah let go and he came back with an olive branch? Doesn't that look like a bird symbol? It looks like a bird to me. That's very interesting. As a matter of fact, on some of my other ones, there's Enlil too. Did Enlil create the flood? I think he did. How did he do that? How did Enlil create a flood to have Noah that needed the pigeon? This is how. Believe it or not. Wandering of the geomagnetic poles. Yes, our poles move. They shift. Not normally, but they do. Right here. You see this? Shows you where our south. This is our North Pole, where it used to be. At one point it was here. Then it would come over here and kind of went this little wobble over here, came back over here. This is in 1904. So from 1904, who knows when that actually began? 1831. So 1831, 1904, it was here. Then from 1904 to 1948, that's not too bad. And then we got to about 1973, and then what happens? Watch this. Look at from 1973, it's way over here now. That's a long time. That is a long distance to travel in 50 years. Actually, it's not even full 50 years yet, folks. That's woof. That's a lot. I mean, look at this. From 2001, they're here. What? This is the North Pole. This right here. Here's our South Pole. Started over here. From 1903, it looks like from when it was observed, 1903. Wait a minute, 1903? How did we get there in 1903? Oh, modeled pole locations from 1590. What? Wait a minute. We've been at the South Pole since 1590? How is that possible? Oh yeah, look, 1590. That's amazing. So from 1590 all the way over to, it was here in 1903. But wait a minute, it shows the wander over here. So how can it be over here? I don't know. It keeps moving. This little thing, what the heck? Now look at where it's at, way over here. Our Earth is tipping, folks. So in 20 years, the South Pole moved just over to here. Doesn't seem like a lot, but guess what? It's increasing in speed. It's increasing in how fast it's moving. We actually have old North and South Poles. And they are at the Bermuda Triangle and the Devil's Triangle. Magnetism. Magnetism has memory. Because this is moving, especially now so rapidly, that is why we are getting radiation sickness from the sun's coronavirus. And they're giving you injections for what? Why would they be doing that? Population controllers? Maybe-ish? Yeah. Do not get the jab, folks. Don't get the jab. This is a big shout out to one of my YouTube followers, one to be loved. She actually has her own YouTube channel, and she actually does a lot of jewelry, and she does some really, really great art. So go give her a look and like, subscribe for her as well. Thank you very much, you guys. I'll do another video here after a little bit. I'll show you guys the tools that I use for all of my space weather, and I'll show you how I use all of them and what to look for. That'll be coming up here after a little bit. All right? Love you guys. Be safe.